Hey there, comic book friends, I'm Travis. This is a special edition, as in I am going to do psychic reviews. Mr. John DeCosta did a psychic review, said, hey, I'm taking you to do a psychic review too, so here I am. I'm going to review books that I have not read. I just opened these up out of the box, and I'll give you my review of each one. So, Spider-Man and X-Men #1. It's kind of goofy, silly in a school setting, and I realize it's probably not the book that I thought it might have been, where it might tell something that's important, and I'll be happy that I probably didn't put any more on my poll. Batman Eternal #36. I wish the inside of the comic book was as badass as the cover is. Batman gets jerked around through most of this thing by, I don't know, Bard and Hush, and we find out clearly nothing more about what's going on with who is behind the destruction of Gotham, but I still enjoy it anyway because it's a bad book. Batgirl, Darwin Cook cover. #37. I continue to question why I'm picking this up, more as a curiosity as to how far they're going to take this character off in some different direction. Still not really excited by it. A little bit better than the last one that I read. Clarion issue #3. The art continues to be amazing through this. Enjoyed the splash page that was in it and thought it was great. And the writing continues to be this kind of insane, make no rhyme or reason, almost make it feel like you're poking fun at the reader, by Ann Nocenti. Sirens, issue #2 of 6. George Perez being George Perez. Story relatively simple. Art is great throwback art to his heyday on the Titans and that sort. I enjoy it for that. Plotting wise, seems fairly basic. Suicide Risk issue 20. This side story is interesting. Be curious to see how it ties into the rest of what's going on now that everybody has been exposed to have powers. They know where they came from, they know who they are now, and the decisions and the lines are drawn in the sand as to where they're going to go. I figure next issue is going to have a giant climax in it. Looking forward to that. Still a solid read. Synergy, yeah, we were right with the first issue. Not a lot going on in here. Basic Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Still hung up on loss of virginity, and Dad continues to be a creep in this. I like the colors on the book. I do kind of like the art to some degree, but don't plan on picking up any more of those. Abe Sapien, issue #18. It was great. It's interesting now that Abe's just kind of rolling with the flow. He's decided he's just going to go with these people as opposed to try and do his own soul searching. Now his soul searching is just kind of going with the flow of what's there. He has more conflict with Grace in here, and I don't know. It looks like it's going to all end badly for Abe Sapien. Art continues to be extremely strong by Max Fugato. Still really digging that. Still a really great soul-searching kind of book. Sutter issue #7. We get introduced to our nemesis of the book. Get backstory on this sibling of our main character, and just the power that she pulls and the people she has working for him and for her, and all the strings and stuff that's going on. Still an interesting read. Not complex, but The storytelling is fractured to some degree. I continue to wonder how long this book will hold on, just because it's not your normal cup of tea for people to read. Punks, issue number 3, giving the finger to the man. Anyone else? Continues to be silliness, lots of nut punching in here, and flaming headlocks, and screwy fun activities. Simple is what it is. Copperhead, issue number 4. We get to see a more complex level to Bo here, our deputy. We find out exactly how disgruntled he is that he ended up not getting made sheriff, and we also find out who's the mover and shaker of the town that our main character is the sheriff of. Good stuff. Bitch Planet, issue number 1, full of all kinds of levels of diversity and championing an agenda. I appreciate that. Curious to see if the way that this is written is going to be able to continue to deliver a solid message or not. And I haven't decided whether or not how much of the book is do I like because of the message, and how much of the book do I like based on the actual craftsmanship that's put into the book. Coffin Hill, this is issue 14. Issue number 14, guest artist on this, Ryan Kelly. Always love his artwork. Solid stuff through this. Telling a bit of a side story here. Really like it. Continue to think this world is interesting. The way they portray witches in here, I really like. Simple, but visually dynamic, and I really appreciate that. Southern Bastards. This is issue number 6. I don't care, Jason Aaron can continue to try and tell me whatever he wants to. I'm still going to think that Coach is a monster of a man. We all go through turmoils in our lives. That doesn't mean that we come out the other end of it being like this SOB. Really liking the story though, but you're not going to be able to play on my heartstrings with this guy. FBP issue number 16. We're getting deeper into the complex story that is Adam's past family life of his father and all the stuff that he got into. It's starting to tie back into itself, the journals and all of that, and I'm really digging that. I'm still not super keen on Ponticelli's artwork when he's inking it. I think that we'd be better off if they got a guy out inker on the book, because I've always loved his art in the past. When there is he's got an inker inking his work. It's always really dynamic and really cool as far as that goes. But still, really love this book. Love the whole physics kind of weird spin, and the political stuff that's potentially going on in here. The insurance companies that are making their moves, the governments that are making their moves to try and everybody get a piece of the economic puzzle that is the crazy physics of this. And finally, Sex Criminals, issue number 9. More of the same to some degree. Yeah, I'm always pulled by this thing. There's parts of it that I think are silly. I question why I'm still reading the book, and then we get some poignant feelings and discussions about these people, and their lives, and how the stuff around them affects them, and it just kind of pulls me back in. I like these characters. I find them amusing and interesting. I continue to dodge the back matter because that part doesn't entertain me, even though I know that is a large part of why this book continues to be popular, is just the interaction with the creators that goes on in the back matter of the book and their conversations they have with their fans and whatnot, which is awesome. Awesome that creators do that, are willing to do that, and make that part of it. It makes a interesting and more enjoyable experience. So there's my books, there's my reviews, my second reviews, having not read them, just pulling out of the ether and coming up with what I would say in the future. If you want to know how close I came to any of this stuff, go ahead and check out Comic Book Roundtable. I'm sure I'll talk about some of these books, and then of course next week I'll be doing No Capes and a Monster Comic Reviews, where I'll actually go a little more in depth, talk a little more about some of these books maybe, and we'll see how well I match up. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching this silliness, and I will catch you later on in the week.